Yay, you're here. Come on in, it's Wednesday, and it was another day that'll wake you up as soon as you walk out.
And it is kind of the calm before the storm this morning.
I guess something's a brewing, Brian.
Something's coming this way, isn't it? Yeah, we've been watching this one for a while, and it looks like it's not going to be quite so bad, thankfully, for Hamilton, Niagara, but other areas, Halton, Peel, Toronto, all the way to the north and to the east, slammed 5 to 10 centimeters. That's enough to really cause problems on the roads, but more to the north and more to the east. And your favorite weather word, Annette. Accretion.
Yes, did you have that one?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. There we are.
Check her off right away.
That's because of the freezing rain we're expecting. So that, when we say accretion, it just means the ice starts to build up on all the surfaces, and that's what we could get. But generally, 5 to 10 centimeters for the horseshoe for tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you miss your weather days, Emily? When the big storms coming in?
It's kind of exciting ahead of a big storm, right?
I want to talk about it so bad. I'm like, oh yes, this low is going to to move into southern Ontario. It's in my brain. I can't help it.
Sure, you see.
Right.
You see.
So I said
Once
to
you get
Brian,
it in
said,
there.
well, you can cover it. I can go home.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. I don't know about you, Emma. I know you never worked in weather, but
No.
like it's so valuable for me to work in weather to kind of know when Brian's talking about something,
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
what is coming and going, and how things kind of work.
Yeah.
I'm like
That's why Brian-
secretly looking at the radar, like over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go over there.
That's why I think Brian does such a great job.
Yeah.
You do such a great job, Brian, explaining things to people who don't know weather.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
sometimes the
myself.
science can get a little much.
Yeah, it can be. It can get
Yeah.
overwhelming. So you try to talk about it in just normal terms as to what's really going to happen and how it's going to impact you. No problems today. It's tonight into parts of Southwest and then tomorrow for us. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I like when he bad talks low pressure systems too. That's also my favorite.
so
Get
mad
out
about
of here, you low, you
Yeah,
get
go
on out
away.
of here.
Go away.
All right, what have we got in the roads this morning then, Brian?
6:48 right now. Time for Emily to join us with Chit Chat.
Well, a little bit of my childhood did a little squeal when I saw this announcement because I was actually booked for her last concert, but because of COVID, it was canceled. But she is back and she is announcing a new tour of North America. Of course, this is Miss Janet Jackson. The Together Again tour begins on April 20th. That is my next chance to go and see her, and I think I'll probably buy tickets. I mean, she's 56 years old, and she's still rocking it on stage.
Yeah.
And to be the youngest of 9 siblings, to be in the Jackson family, and to be able to produce and represent the way that she has for that family, it's amazing. It's remarkable.
Have you seen her in concert?
No, I was supposed to see her,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then it got canceled. So
Right.
this is going to be my next chance. So
It's only if there's only one day at Budweiser stage, that's going to be a tough ticket to get. Actually, but you know what the best thing at Budweiser stage? Going up on the lawns. Love sitting on the lawns.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
is good.
Get the lawns. You can sit back. You can see the city. You can see the concert. Because I'm somebody that doesn't like to be like
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
I'm more of a kind of like.
unless I'm like right in like the best VIP section, I'll be on the lawn.
Is that the only way you go if you're in the VIP section?
Pretty much, yeah. Let's put it that way. Okay, this is drama. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appear to be a huge hit on Netflix, but in what way?
Meh.
I've been watching it.
Are you meh?
There's been lots of hype about it, and I hear that that it's not living up
Is
to the
there
hype.
any-
It's
Anything new?
almost like, no, see, that's the thing, and I think that's what most people are complaining about. It's like, it's the story being told in the way that we thought it was going to be told, and it's not giving us anything
New.
much
There's
to...
nothing new about
It's
it.
like they're the only ones that know the truth. Well, you're saying the exact same thing we all already know.
Right.
So it's a little bit frustrating on that end. The one headline that they were talking about is the very first tabloid headline that came out that said, Harry's girl almost straight out of Compton. So of course there's a lot of backlash on that,
Yeah.
as you can imagine. She's from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you can spin your words the way you want.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for chit-chatting with us. Over to you, Brian.
Okay.
Okay, come on in. Join the conversation because the fam jam is chatting about Christmas lights because we're coming off of all the lights that we just showed and we're talking about Nets and how many lights she has.
Not Annette's, Daniel's.
So Daniel's lights and how many he has. Yeah.
And that takes no ownership.
Yeah.
Nope.
Daniel would be so disappointed in the display that we have because I put there's 2 strands up, but within those 2 strands there's lights that are out within those strands.
Oh.
But it's so
Jim.
hard to replace those lights
It's
in those
not.
strands. It is.
Disappointed.
I should talk.
Okay, that's my situation. Very disappointing. What do you got, Em?
Mine's disappointing too, and my children are angry. I have some stars that hang in the window and like a little
that's
tiny
nice.
tree out front, but I am one of those people that takes my children to all the other houses and show off the spectacular lights. So Annette, my kids and I are coming over.
Okay.
So
but
throw the address in the bottom of the screen for you.
Let's not do that.
I don't do it, and they're upset with me that I don't do it. They're like, "Mommy, how come you take us to all these places that have amazing lights, but we don't do it?" I'm like, "Well, it's not the
Because
budget,
it
kids."
takes, you know what? So we started putting up ours, and I say we because I helped a little bit in October.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that.
Because
Like
it was really
nice,
warm weather, and
nice
it's got to be
warm day.
nice and warm so that the wires don't
idea.
get cold. And,
Yeah.
But I am
Process.
actually more of a traditionalist like Brian. Brian, you've got floodlights, and you've got 4 lights.
Four
Yeah.
lights. Yeah. We put we've got a great big sleigh. I mean, it's a real sleigh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that
Which
used to be.
sometimes Brian brings to work.
Yeah, exactly. I hitch up one of the horses and we just drive
he
it.
goes. Maybe
But
on
yeah, there are
Thursday.
four floodlights around the sleigh, and that's the extent of the lights. Anyhow.
Well,
I
it's
just
a good showcase piece.
Right, I think it's just a little bit of effort. I just like a little bit of lights. Some like there's at least there's a lot of effort, and there's effort like us, but there's like I don't know,
Yeah.
seeing lights like on our street. I would like to have more lights on our street. You know what I mean? Where you
Right.
want to be proud of your street, where there's like
Totally.
a bunch of lights.
Yeah.
Like
But then there's competing with your neighbors because you go down some of these streets and you're like, you're just keeping up with the Joneses at this point. Like,
I don't
come
think of
on
it as
now.
competing. I think of it's like, hey, let's join the fun.
Join
and I
the
got
fun.
it. As much fun as I make of Daniel for doing these. He wasn't going to do it this year, and I'm like, oh,
You have to.
do it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get out
It's like,
there.
oh, it's
Come
so
on.
much work, and I
People
don't
like
have
me
enough
are going to
time.
be driving
You
by
have to.
wondering where the lights are.
all right, well let's get to because there is something to talk about, Brian, for us. This incoming system, and it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it will be tomorrow. Today.
Now, I don't know, Phyllis, if this can be as easy as it sounds, but what's this?
It is as easy as it sounds, and it tells you what it is there. It's bacon press. And basically, sometimes when people cook their bacon too high, it wrinkles. Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't look nice.
You
on
don't
the
want
plate.
wrinkly bacon.
Well, you can, but what the heck, right? So when it's cooking, you put this on top and it flattens it out.
So it's like a bacon iron.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, here at the keeping room with Phyllis, and she's teaching me all sorts of stuff about the kitchen because I am not a cooking enthusiast. I just don't do it. I don't really love it. I'm really trying to learn. I mean, I have children, so I should probably learn how to cook.
Well, if
Maybe
you
you
have
can teach me a
somebody-
few things today.
I can, but also if you happen to be with somebody who likes to bake or cook, then
Yeah.
you don't need to.
Haha.
Always
Good
remember
point.
that one. So let's talk about Lodge cast iron.
All right.
So this is a 12-inch skillet. It is heavyweight cast iron. Company has been around since 125 years ago, really, is how long this kind of cooking has been important.
Wow.
There are many ways and things about you can and you can't do. You don't need to wash it with soap. You can use salt to scrub out the little bits in the bottom.
Really?
But some people think it's okay to use soap. I
Okay.
just look at the Dawn commercials and say, yeah, well, if it washes little duckies, then I don't want it taking all the work I've done
yeah.
to make it nice and safe. And Lodge does everything from griddles to Dutch ovens for baking bread to panini press.
That's what this is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
What's this over here?
That's a newfangled hibachi.
Ooh.
Not any different than they were 40 years ago, but it's
fancy.
new and they're back out again.
They look really pretty. Like, I mean, there's something.
It's basically a barbecue.
That's awesome.
So, and then we have baking stuff. So we've got bread pans and we have cornbread molds for making cornbread.
How cute are these?
And those are fun. So
12
that's a
little
silicone
things.
mold. You can either put sausage meat or wieners or whatever.
I love it for pigs and
and put
blankets.
pastry around it and bake it in the oven.
Oh my gosh, my British heritage is like, yes, I need that. But first I'd have to know how to cook
And
them.
if you take a look just a little bit above the baking thing,
Yeah.
that's some oyster.
Oh, for shucking some, is that what it is?
fodder,
Shucking?
yeah.
Shucking?
Shucking oysters.
Shucking oysters?
And that's an oyster tray, the stainless steel one up there. And so the
Beautiful.
the wooden puck goes in the middle of that dish. And
there you
that's
have
where
it.
you put your oyster.
All right, first class finished, cast iron baking. Either you love bacon or you're wrong. That's going to be the motto of the day. More coming up with Phyllis at the Keeping Room.
Right now, time for some chit chat.
Yeah.
Treacherous on the roads.
Yeah.
Oh, something to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay.
So to break, JD did a little riddle for us because it was trapdoor, it was water, and it was
wolf.
Wolf. What are we talking about?
Spiders.
Spiders.
Different types of spiders.
Jonathan Duncan always does these teases for us.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Does these
Yes.
teases.
Okay, so we're
Okay,
talking
yes, I
about
heard
the
the tease.
spider.
Right. Okay. So all of those three things are spiders.
Water spider, dock spider. I get it. Okay. All
How do you
right.
do Spider Pig though?
Is that another one?
No, it's from the Simpsons
Yeah,
movie.
spider
Ah, okay.
Spider pig.
Yeah. Spider pig.
Takes me a little bit, but I'll eventually get there.
Come along.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
on.
Miles Morales is swinging back into the Spider-Verse. The trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse dropped yesterday.
And I was just like, okay, throw that one on the holiday list
Right?
for June, because I was just trying to get
Yes.
things done to watch over the holidays.
I know these kids movies can't come out fast enough. You're like, come on.
Because we're spoiled because we just assume things are going right into streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always
And
try
when
to
you have to wait now to see it in a theater.
You just have to go and buy popcorn and spend,
Yeah.
millions of dollars on the movie as opposed to just watching it on your couch. Here's one. It's pretty common for celebrities to move from singing to acting or vice versa. Kate Hudson is the latest celebrity to release an album.
list.
Glass
Yeah.
onion.
So glass
Glass
onion,
onion.
green
You
onions.
could
I'm
eat it
thinking-
with green onions.
I'm thinking about
Yeah.
the song Green Onions.
So, would you guys she's an actor. Would you buy an album? Like, if you were a Kate Hudson fan?
I'd want to listen to it first.
Yeah.
Hear a song.
I mean,
I really.
I think David Hasselhoff's my favorite, actor turned singer.
Okay. Did you buy his album?
No, but I've listened to many of the songs. He's a
Really?
hit in Europe. He's released
In Germany.
In Germany,
Yeah,
albums.
Germany.
Germany, she's
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
13 albums, this guy.
Okay. Thanks, Em. Coming up after 8 o'clock, last-minute Christmas decor ideas that suit your time and budget.
And if today is your birthday, you share it with Vanessa Hutchins.
Well, I've already admitted to Phyllis that I do not know my way around the kitchen, but I definitely know what this is. This is a rolling pin, but it's got fancy designs on it, Phyllis. What does this do?
It does. It's used for doing either cookies or pie toppings that you want to make look very fancy. You roll it out. It indents, and then you can either cut your cookies, but always put things in the fridge for a good half hour.
And that's what will keep the design on
That's
it
what keeps it on.
because when you bake it, it kind of moves, right?
Well, because the butter gets warm, and so you should really do that with all your cookies and pies, any pastry,
okay.
anyways. Put it in the fridge for a good half hour.
Well, I'm getting a really good education here, Phyllis. This is lesson number 2: baking bread and making pasta. 2 things I've never done.
Well, there you go. But you've eaten both, so you know.
I've eaten a lot of both. Carbohydrates
Well, there
is the
you
way to go.
This is a Danish dough whisk.
I was wondering what that was. It looks like I was like,
Yep, that's exactly what it's for.
Oh, okay.
And it mixes up wet
we're
doughs.
stirring the pot.
Wet doughs.
Okay.
So wet doughs are really hard to
Yeah.
work around with the regular. You couldn't do it with a regular whisk.
No.
But this has been around for many, many years.
cool.
These are reed bannetons made in Vietnam. And when you're doing a sourdough bread, you let it rise in a banneton. And then it rises. And
Why
you
not just a regular bowl?
because this has room to breathe.
Ah.
And the cool thing is that you've noticed when you go into a sourdough bakery, you see the rings on some of the bread.
That's what it's from.
That's from the Rambler.
Cool. All right.
The Weck jars are from Germany.
They're beautiful.
They're great for preserves. They're also really, really good for keeping your starter.
My kitchen looks stylish. I have really nice things in it. I just don't know how to use half of it.
It's okay, you'll learn. You've got time. These are biscuit cutters. So everybody likes tea biscuits
Totally.
or scones or whatever.
Yep.
So we have about 3 or 4 different varieties of.
And what are these up here?
Those are tart tins, little tart tins.
Oh, those are so
for
sweet.
Christmas baking, which people are doing now.
Yes, they sure
Yeah.
are. I'm enjoying a lot of people's Christmas baking. And this big thing, really quick. We only have a few more seconds, but what?
That's a pasta maker. So it's an Atlas pasta maker. We even have a separate motor, if you wish, to add to it so that you don't have to do the
High
hand
speed.
cranking. And down on the bottom here, I'll just pull this out.
Okay.
This is a ravioli maker. So once you've rolled out your dough,
Yeah.
you put it on the tray, and then this is underneath. You put your dough in there. You put pasta over top. You roll it and it cuts it, and that's your ravioli. So your ravioli will be this big.
See, you're making me hungry now, Phyllis. All right, we're going to continue the tour of the store in just a few minutes. I'm going to have to eat something at some point now.
Well, there's lots of good restaurants in town to do that, actually.
Oh, well. Come on in. We're having a grand old time on this Wednesday, aren't we?
We are.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
yes. It's the I guess it's the calm before things get a little tricky for some of us, Brian. Tomorrow, this incoming system that's like, I don't know, you bring up that low pressure map and it's like massive.
It's a
all-
mess.
It's
It really is.
It's crazy and messier for some than others, I guess.
This is a huge system we've been watching for a while. Now, a lot of areas, like Regina, Winnipeg, could get 20 to 30 centimeters out of this. We're not going to get that, thankfully.
Yeah.
5 for Hamilton, 5 to 10 for the rest of the horseshoe, but not for Niagara. It looks like the snow is going to skip Niagara. At least that's some good news there.
Listen,
Okay.
didn't Niagara, remember they got that storm when Buffalo got that
Yes,
storm? They
yeah.
got all that snow where nobody else
Hammered.
got that snow. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
It can
it's-
happen.
They can take a break.
Yeah,
Well deserved.
living around the Great Lakes, you never know what you're going to get.
Exactly, because we're squeezed in with all this water all around us, and it can really cause some havoc in the atmosphere. So
Havoc.
Havoc.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that. Okay, yeah. So no problems today. It's tomorrow we'll have the problem.
Okay. And around what time is it going to start in like this area?
This area looks around 6, 7 o'clock in the
Okay.
morning is when it should
So-
start. And it could start as freezing rain as well. So freezing rain and
good.
ice pellets.
could
So
be
we're going to
stuck
talk accretion. Accretion.
Accretion!
Yay! All right.
Take a drink. Okay. Thank you.
There you go. Thanks, Brian.
Is that
Okay.
the word of the day?
Tea.
Yeah, it's accretion.
Yeah.
It's water.
It's
Come
my
on.
favorite.
But still, we can still play our drinking game. Okay.
Right.
Do we got you this coming up this hour?
You
Emily?
do.
Okay. What do we got?
Well, we're going to be talking about a couple of new films that were just preserved in the National Film Registry. One of them is my favorite of all time. You guys are going to love it.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
get to the roads, Brian.
Christmas less than a couple of weeks away, and if you have the perfect gift for somebody that loves to cook, put this as a bow on the top instead of a regular little tag. How cute is this little garlic grater? A garlic grater. Look at how sweet it is. It's a magnet. You can put it on your fridge. And then it's got a tiny little whisk to go with it. Phyllis, I'm having the best time in the keeping room this morning. It is so fun being here. I know nothing about cooking. I am learning a whole bunch. And you say these little pie pans are really popular.
They're probably the most popular pie pan we've had in 20 years.
Really?
Well, they're only 6 inches wide. They're made by Anchor Hawking. Really good name in glass bakeware.
Okay.
So you don't need to worry about them breaking in the oven. But mostly a lot of people don't want to make a great big pie because they don't want to eat a great big pie.
I want to eat a great big pie,
Well,
but this
then-
is smart.
I have great big pie plates for you then. And it'll work very well.
This is very smart.
Yeah, so you can make a few of them and put them in the freezer.
Okay.
And we also have for the pie end of things, we have pie weights, and I know you won't know what they are because
Not a
they look
clue.
like marbles.
They do.
They go on the bottom when you blind bake a pie crust, which basically means you bake the pie crust before you put the filling in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
like lemon meringue, sometimes people do that.
Totally.
Whatever. Anyway, this stops your pie crust from bubbling up.
Oh,
So
smart.
you put the pie crust in the pan, you stab it with a fork, poke it with a fork, and then you put these on top and then it doesn't rise and go all yucky.
What an amazing idea.
Yeah, so some
Okay.
people use pennies, some people use stones, and right behind you, or over here, the bunt pan.
Oh, yes.
We
I
are
do love a
bunt-
good bundt cake.
Well, we're the bunt pan queens. We've got probably about 14, 15 different styles of bunt pan.
I like them.
And we also have Baker's Joy, which is something you spray that pan with so that it comes out easily.
Okay.
And then we have rosette sets, so those are fun. They're kind of like the things that when you take your kids to the carnival,
Yeah.
the big round thing that's puffy with strawberries,
Oh, like a funnel
deep
cake.
fried, like a funnel cake. That's what those do.
Smart. So keep me away from those.
Yeah, those are really great. And
okay.
then all of these are all the tart pans with drop bottoms.
Oh, yes. I know about those. See, my
They-
mom was an excellent cook and
You
baker,
mentioned
but
that.
I didn't get the gene.
And then we've probably got hundreds of cookie cutters.
Yeah,
as you
seen
saw
them
over on the
everywhere
other
in
side
the
of
store.
the store.
What's this cute little pink thing?
Oh, well,
It's a berry box.
it is a berry box. And you know, you buy raspberries at the grocery store
Yeah.
and 3 days later,
They're done?
this will last for maybe almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Did you say 2 weeks?
Yeah. And it'll also be really good with mushrooms, too. It keeps mushrooms.
See, I'm not a big mushroom buyer, but berries, my kids love berries.
Yep.
And I just bought raspberries the other day, and they're already looking kind of brown and a little yucky.
Put them in there.
This is amazing.
They're good to go. And they're just up there. Sometimes I put things where they don't belong.
That's okay.
And they're up there with the scales, which is another baking necessity.
Smart.
And to the end there, those brightly colored, I don't even know what
Jar
you would
key?
call them. They're jar keys, but they look kind of weird. So
They look like can openers.
this beauty here,
Mm-hmm.
basically what it does is it breaks the seal on a jar.
Oh, so
it
you
makes
don't
it
need
really-
big muscles anymore.
You don't need big muscles anymore.
Amazing.
How about that?
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Phyllis. I think I should probably take one of these home with me.
I think you
'cause
are going to take one home with you.
I don't have
It's called a
grapes.
present.
All right, having a
Ho, ho, ho.
great time here with Santa Phyllis, and we've got lots more coming up on Morning Live.
What you got for us?
Well, this is good. This is really good because I'll have what she's having. Give me a scotch. I'm starving. Two famous quotes from two famous movies that are being preserved in the NFR. Enough? Are you
No.
not letting them yet?
They're old enough. They're probably not old enough, and they're not really into it.
no
No,
way.
they're not really into it, and I'm not really into it, so we don't. It's not really a
It's
part of
not
our
something that's
viewing.
in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen many of them?
A few.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I
I
did.
have
Like I
seen
did
a
like
ton
Iron
of
Man.
them.
Right. Would you? What would you guys? I don't know. What
Okay,
movies?
let's see. If there was a movie that you could preserve, what would you pick? Like
Well,
of all
and
time.
this is like they're all movies from 25 years ago because that's when the window opens.
98.
Right? 98.
No, they're all from 98. That's when it's No, they're not from 25 years ago. I think they go back to like silent films in the 1800s.
Because like
pretty
Iron
much.
Man isn't
Yeah,
that old.
it's not.
Right.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
when they started preserving
Right.
them, was in 88.
Oh, okay.
So they go back as far as, 1820, like, think Wizard of Oz. Like Wizard of Oz is in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I looked at the list. Dirty Dancing wasn't in there. And I thought that's kind of strange because that movie was iconic of its day.
But does it have to be certain? Does it have to be PG or can it be
No,
R-rated?
it could be
So,
anything. Like
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption's
Right.
on there, Wizard of Oz is on there,
Citizen
Dirty
Kane
Harry's on there.
has to be on there.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
What about Back to the Future? That would be on my
Ooh,
list.
I'm gonna
Oh,
look.
yeah.
Yeah. Back
One,
to the
2, or
Future.
3?
No, definitely not 3.
Yeah.
1 or 2. Although 3 is fine, but it's not as good as the other 2.
Yeah.
So that would be on my list. Big Lebowski too. That's my favorite movie.
Yeah, that
Big
one is
Lebowski.
on there. I did see that one.
Oh,
Okay, well, holiday parties, as you guys know, are back. Say goodbye to your Zoom pajama parties and hello to live music and the clinking of glasses.
On Saturday, and it was lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never got the opportunity to go to a virtual holiday party, so I don't really know.
I loved ours. So we had them the last 2 years, and it was
Yeah.
great because there was wine sharing, or wine tasting. So you picked up your package beforehand, went home.
Oh, that's
And then
amazing.
I'm drinking wine in my PJs with my cats, and
You can't embarrass yourself in front of everybody.
Yes, you can. Your Zoom camera would have been
Yes.
on.
Did you do that on Saturday?
no, I did not.
I was at the other Channel Zero party last Tuesday, and I got in and out.
It was a good time.
Because-
Before
it
you
was good time.
embarrassed yourself.
Yes.
Probably
Uber,
smart.
please. Yeah.
Well, I had a chance to hang out with Phyllis from the Keeping Room
Love
yesterday,
Phyllis.
you
Morning,
guys.
Phyllis.
It was so great.
She's awesome. So many great things.
Oh, and I just had the best time. If you were wondering about my culinary skills, I've been asked to bring paper towels to our family gatherings. I think this tea towel is made for me, Phyllis.
Do you think so?
I really do. They have such a wonderful selection of just hilarious, cheeky, really fun gift ideas, tea towels being one of them. Here with Phyllis at the Keeping Room, we're talking breadboards, we're talking charcuterie boards, fondue, salad. There is just so much for everybody here.
There is.
Yeah.
The one thing that's really new but old
Okay.
is a fondue pot that's electric so that you don't have to mess around with worrying about the fuel. So this is probably one of the best ones that we've ever had. Doesn't look electric, but it is.
Okay, so this can be used for cheese and chocolate?
Cheese and meat.
I mean-
chocolate's another story altogether.
Oh, see? There's
you
my
go.
education again.
Hey, we can get you on track. And we go back to Le Creuset a little bit here with one of their braziers.
Beautiful.
This is white is their new color. We don't have a lot left, but it's really beautiful.
It is.
And above that is a Henkel, and it's a knife, but it's a Japanese knife. It's Japanese steel, and it's made by a company called Miyabi that works with Henkel, and it's really good.
Okay.
The other really sweet fondue pot is this lovely one down here that's copper and black.
What a gorgeous centerpiece that would make.
It is beautiful. And then we have cheese knives that if you want to do something off on the side, we have a whole collection of different copper things. And
Are those for those cocktails? It's like a mule?
yes,
thing?
for a Moscow mule.
Moscow Mule.
Yep.
Those are beautiful.
Aren't they fun? They're really nice.
They're gorgeous. So gift ideas. A lot of people, for the chef on their list, for the kitchen enthusiast, someone who just likes to have fun in the kitchen. There's so many different things in here.
There's lots of really fun stuff. And salad bowls. Salad bowls are always a big seller at Christmas time.
I bet.
So this is acacia wood.
Gorgeous.
And if it's looked after well, it will last for years and years and years.
I know how to make a salad.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll get you a salad bowl. We also have a couple of salad bowls that are hand created. They're off to the right.
Oh, yes.
Right up there.
Gorgeous.
Really beautiful.
Those are super pretty.
And this year we have some dinnerware as well that we haven't carried for a long time. We have Sophie Conran.
Oh, beautiful.
That little ripply thing always looks nice at the table.
Oh, gorgeous.
The napkins.
Well, if you are ever in need of Christmas ideas, gift ideas, come and talk to Phyllis at the Keeping Room. She will make your dining room and kitchen look spectacular this
And the
holiday
girls.
season.
And don't forget the ladies
Oh,
that
yes,
work here.
and all the other ladies
'Cause
that
they
work
know,
here.
they know as much, if not more than I do.
I knew you were going to say that.